we've been in an Excel classroom. Everything we do is Excel, right? Everything, as far as the delivery, we do read alouds, we do shared readings, we do oral presentations, we do our literature circles, all those different elements that go into Excel. We still have learned what we need to learn this year though, right?
Right.
So what I guess I'd ask you is to help the new students coming in next year. Well, how could we help them with our writing? First of all, we would know who our audience is. It'd be the new students next year. But our purpose would be to help them coming into the classroom, what to expect. Because all of you have told me that you expected something quite different than what really happened this year, and you were very anxious about it. How could we help them with our thoughts about putting them in writing? Could we summarize an Excel classroom in a couple of sentences? Could we describe it with bullets? Could we,
Well, we gotta make it sound good so they know that they're gonna be in good hands
okay?
and that they're gonna be teached well.
And so they're not scared when they come in, because I know when I came in, I was kind of nervous, because I was here last year and I didn't know.
So you didn't know what to expect, and that's
No,
a scary thing.
I just
Okay. What else? So thinking about the discussions we've had of how you felt then and how you feel now and how your thinking has changed, what message or what could we do to help the new students coming in next year?
I think we should put bulleted lists just so they know some things that happens during the Excel classroom, like read one bullet, read aloud, another bullet, talk, conversational, and stuff like that.
So how,
I think that what we can do to tell them that it's not really that frightening once you get to know everyone in your class, but I'm sure everyone will know already. But like to get to know you or something, what they should do is that they could we could write like what Bonnie said, a bulleted list, or we could just write a little paragraph and then write a bulleted list of what you're going to do.
Maybe we
Like
can
not all of what you're going to do, just sort
a
of.
summary?
Yeah.
maybe write like a bulleted list still with the same stuff, and maybe have like a little definition for the thing. Like a conversation is like a group of people talking and getting their feelings out and getting into the group.
That would work. And another thing, like Sean said, is we could put at the very bottom and top, at the top we could say, like, this is what you might be looking forward for in an Excel classroom. Then at the bottom, you could say, don't be afraid. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, just assure
Put
them that you
voice,
won't.
put voice in there, because
Yeah.
voice always makes something friendly. And if you
Voice
put
always
voice-
makes something friendly, interesting.
And voice and cheerfulness comes together, and it makes something really friendly and relaxed.
And especially when you smile. When you smile, like when you say something, when you're doing a presentation or something, when
Or-
you smile, it makes the audience feel assured that you know what you are doing.
Cameron?
Not really necessarily that voice could make everything all better, because you could get mad at somebody, you put your voice in that you're mad at somebody, but you don't, like say I'm mad at Derek or somebody, but then I won't go to talk to Sean, I sound kind of mad, and Sean thinks I'm mad at him, and then
I would like to pursue that discussion. I would. Don't forget those thoughts, and let's pursue that later, because when he said that, that really made me think, does a voice always convey friendliness? You're making us think, Sean.
I mean,
But anyway, we'll have that conversation. Let's postpone that, okay? Don't let me forget we're going to have it. Derek, you started to say something.
well, sometimes people say it for like being wise when something happened, but you gotta see two ways that like should I do this or should I do this, and you gotta find out which is better. Like
So you're thinking about using what you know to make those decisions on the new situation.
So you don't get in trouble with having
Now think about how an Excel classroom is different from where you were in your grade level last year, wherever you were last year.
What the,
How is it different? What is important to remember so we can start to summarize?
I think in Excel classroom is a more highly sophisticated classroom.
Why is that?
Well, because I've learned more different things and like things that are really hard to get out and like hard thinking, and I think that it's just more learning that gets you more up there than what you've learned.
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a whiteboard right now to anchor our thoughts, because I can tell we're going to have some good thoughts coming out of this, and we need to anchor them so that we can see them and then summarize them like we do with keywords. So just a second.
Miss Huntley,
Miss Huntley.
you want your big one?
I'll just use this one. So Sean just said that it helped your learning.
Yeah, it's more like sophisticated.
Sophisticated learning.
Yeah.
Sophisticated. Look at that. That's got that about. It's got a constant digraph right there. The PH that makes the F sound.
But do you think they'll understand what
Well, we could put
sophisticated means?
Or maybe we could bring sophisticated down to a more easier word.
Or we could
do
put
a definition like.
a definition at the end.
Say what?
No,
We could put a definition at the end to say what it means.
Could
or
we use an
bullet-
easier synonym?
Yeah.
that's what I was trying to say. Like,
What's another word for sophisticated?
Sophisticated, like
Like-
hard. I don't know what sophisticated.
no, not like hard. It's more like strong learning.
I don't think
Yeah,
there
like-
really.
Like,
It stands out. It's a standout learning.
I don't really think there
Learning
is
that-
any other synonym
know.
for sophisticated. I think that's why it's such a.
It's hard, yeah. Chris?
To get into stories that learn and have fun.
Say that again.
Learn, have fun, and get into connections.
So we've got
That's-
fun learning, sophisticated learning.
And connections.
Okay, so what is our real message? What about learning? What's different about learning in the Excel classroom?
it's different because it.
How's it different?
Because you talk about what you see. You talk about your thinking.
And
And
think
you
about
talk.
your thinking, but
Yeah, you think about your thinking.
And think
and then
about your thinking. So how do we, is that what's making it sophisticated?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in Excel classrooms, you're thinking about your thinking and you bring up conversation, and it's not just buzzword.
It's actually
It's actually a class type thing that gets you into learning and gets you interested. So I'm saying that an Excel classroom is a classroom that has strong conversations that gets everybody involved.
Okay, so I'm just writing the key words, just like I would if I was reading an article. I'm listening for your key words, and that's what I'm writing down. Kendra?
Well, on all the other teachers I've had before, whenever we're doing work and I don't get something and I ask the teacher, she'll say like, what's there not to get about? And but with Excel, it's easier. And,
What's making that easier, do you think?
because it's explained better and it just helps your thinking a lot.
Explain better, so does that mean I'm a better teacher at explaining, or is there something you're doing that's making it easier?
Well,
It's something that we're doing.
an Excel classroom has strategies. And because when you use strategies, it makes things a lot easier. And when you put strategies and strategies and your thinking together, makes like more better explaining.
How do strategies help you?
They help you by like if I didn't understand, if I couldn't read a word, then you use your reading strategies to help you read it the best you can.
Break it up. Or
Yeah.
Okay, so
Stretch it
you've got
out,
things you can do in your head that you've learned to help you, so,
make things easier.
so then and the reason that's so good to have the strategies, it was like Kendra was saying, you're not relying on the teacher or someone else. You know what to do with your own thinking in order.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Bonnie, turn that up a second. So then we have all these different things that are contributing to learning in an Excel classroom. And you notice how I took your keywords? I'm listening for the main idea of what you were saying. And that's what you're going to do when you hear teachers later on, like in middle school, high school, college. You need to know how to listen to somebody speak and pick out the keywords. And those are what you write down. If I try to write down everything they say, I'm going to get way behind and lose the message. So you see how I was doing this. Now, does this help you if we look at this to come up with some kind of a summary for an Excel classroom?
I have something.
Okay.
In Excel classroom, we're explaining what's different about it, right? Well, what's different is that when you're just in a normal class, they just teach you busy work. They just like
What's
make you
busy work?
Busy like work just to keep busy. It's not work that's really important. They just do it just because they're supposed to, and you're not really working just for your benefit. You're just working because they want you to. You're just working for your grades.
That's not necessarily true. Maybe from some teachers it is, but not every. Maybe teachers
Well, I
that
mean,
don't
I'm
have that
speaking-
stuff bad,
But is that
Well, I'm
busy work
speaking-
though, if that's not true?
I'm just speaking
Yeah.
from what my old school was like. Other school.
And it
So-
also has to do with what you consider busy work and what the teacher considers to your benefit.
Miss Huntley,
Yes.
you know how you're running our room on that? I think we could start putting some of that stuff on the white thing, and then we would be able to get that and then erase all that and
And
put
start
some
with-
more in.
Okay.
And also another thing is don't shine it like you were because that's kind of hard to see.
Okay. So if I hold it down like this, can you see it better?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get back to then, our purpose is, let's keep reminding ourselves, when you have a writing task, the writer needs to keep reminding themselves, who's my audience and what's my purpose? My audience is students coming in next year into this class. So, yeah, so the purpose, the audience would be students coming into this kind of a classroom. We call it balanced literacy, but we know it as Excel. So, but my purpose is our purpose, right, is to help them like you would have wanted to be helped the first day you walked in here. Knowing all of this, could we just write a summary sentence? How do you want this to look? It's going to be easy to read, easy to understand, and get the message across.
A bulleted list.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like we're doing right now, because the first one we could put sophisticated or fun learning. So then they know what sophisticated
Could we say and fun learning?
Another thing for specific,
Sophisticated.
Sophisticated?
another thing is we could put a helpful learning way.
Helpful, would that be strategies?
Yeah,
Okay.
as helpful learning way, a helpful learning way or helpful
Okay.
strategies. So we could put help,
So,
however you say that word.
sophisticated, let's all say that.
Sophisticated.
I love
That's got a
learning.
lot of syllables.
Put along with fun and helpful strategies in your testing and learning.
Testing and learning.
Yeah.
I could have her building off of each other's ideas.
I'm just going off of what you're writing there. Now I think we should just put that all on paper that way, because we're running out of room on that. So
Yeah.
I think we should put that on paper.
So are we just going to start putting bullets up here?
No, we
Is it just
We
going like
should
this? I mean,
put-
otherwise we could just copy this and put it right there.
No.
But
that's
this is to help my thinking.
That's kind of
Yeah, let's put.
Go ahead, Cameron.
That's the same purpose a web curve or something.
Yes.
Like if we were to draw a circle, write Excel in the middle, and then write
Sure.
sophisticated learning fun and all
Sure.
that. That's just like our notes.
That's
There's
just
different-
jotting down.
There's different ways to organize your thinking on paper, aren't there? This is the way I usually do it. This isn't the only way. There's different ways to get to the same place. And like Cameron was